There we go. Aha, there we are. Yeah, now I'm there. Um, ads. Really? Ads for butt guts? Did I turn on ads? I didn't think ads ran on live streams. I thought they only ran on like replays. Or is there a joke that I'm missing there? Hey Kelly, hey Liz, hey Carrie. Have your dogs reclassified as emotional support animals. Then the hospital can't deny them access. How about that? I'm full of great ideas. Anyhow, yes, this is 2 nights in a row. That's kind of crazy. But there's this Facebook group called I Was Blocked by Chilito ACTUALLY, frowny face. It was started as a joke support group by Kate Peter back at the height of her initial feud with the little big man himself. And over there, somebody made a reference to an apology video that Chilito made. In fact, the entire post was Chili's apology video, and then an emoticon of the sort of facepalm, the facepalm emoticon. So I was fascinated by that. But this was another day where I was running around a lot. Lots of hurry up and very little hurry up and wait. So I didn't have time to go check out the apology video, even find out which one of the videos is the apology video. I think I found it. Does it sound like an apology video from the description? But I am hoping that, well, it would be nice if it really is an attempt at an apology video. My guess is once I watch it, and if you've already seen it, you can tell me whether I'm wrong or not. Oh yeah, it's been around about a year and a half. And I think I was one of the charter members because for some obscure reason I was blocked on Chilito's Twitter. I tried to go there and comment and I couldn't, and I assume that's because I was preemptively blocked for some reason. Preemptively blocked, I don't know. But anyhow, or maybe it was, subscribers only or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure other people have shown it. I would not be. I think Cap actually. I think based on my YouTube launch page, the thumbnail. I think Capfila, however you pronounce that, Cap. I think he has also covered it already, but I haven't seen it. But if Father Ram had it, isn't here the deal? Isn't that the guy that's running Chilito's channel right now? I have to say, whoever is doing it is doing a better job at thumbnails, it seems to me, at least. Thumbnail expert that I am. But yes, I looked up his page, and I also, it struck me, his repeated comments about Judge Ann Zimmerman being married to a cop. I wanted to look into, what he did for the police department, and it seems like he's not a cop based on what sort of preliminary research showed me. So I've got a couple of open pages for that too. But without further ado, since we are now past the 11:30 mark, I'm going to go on and move. I'm going to move on to the main event. But first, in case somebody wants to come up and give their thoughts, either before I start running it, or as I'm running it, or after I've run it, I'm going to put the link out there. Yeah, way to spoil it, Liz. And Kelly, you're absolutely correct. The very first thing that popped up when I put in Judge Ann Zimmerman husband was a quote from a news article from some Las Vegas newspaper with the, well, we'll start with that actually. We'll just show that right now. Then we'll get into Chilito's apology video or whatever the hell it is. But yeah, he's not a cop. I don't know if he ever has been a cop. Oh, for God's sake, what did I just do? Well, I'm still broadcasting, so I guess whatever I did, it wasn't that severe. All right, let's see. Yes, I went to the Irish Demon School of Teching. So there's the link. Present. We'll just do share entire screen this time. Just that way I don't have to be flipping back and forth between. Well, she may be respected in the state of Nevada, but she's probably not respected by Chilito's minions. But, all right, you know what? I'll just, let's see. Also share tab audio, share entire screen, share system audio. All right, so once again, everybody, let me know if you hear an echo. If you know, when sound plays. Where's the Google search? All right. Well, anyhow, here's the bio of Zimmerman. Doesn't mention any of her private life, just all of her positions and accomplishments. And but here's when I put in, here's a Google search at the top of the screen. And yeah, I don't know that anyone would ever lose sleep over Chilito not respecting them or not liking them. In fact, it's kind of a badge of honor, I would think. Let me actually make this a little bigger if I can. Once again, I'm not getting the right. Oh, there we go. Aha, there. All right, so I typed in Judge Ann Zimmerman, husband, and the very first thing that popped up, quote, "If they think this is a threat to the public safety, come on down to the courthouse. I'll give them a tour." Attorney Robert Langford said. Langford is married to Justice Ann Zimmerman, who serves in Las Vegas Justice Court. Attorney Robert Langford. And apparently Ann Zimmerman's full name is Ann Zimmerman Langford, because I saw her referenced that way on a couple of other pages that popped up. So let's see what happens when we put in Robert Langford. Robert Langford, attorney. Oh, Langford and Associates. Oh, my. He has his name on the door of his own firm. Let's see if we get a bio. Owner, Robert Langford and Associates. It's his LinkedIn page. Let's see what we have there. I think I've done more research now on this than Chilito has done, period. Oh, I'm not seeing much. Oh, here we go. So he owns his own law firm, has owned it since October 1997 to present. That's almost 27 years at this point. I assume this is the right Robert Langford. Primarily criminal defense and civil rights. So here's an actual guy that has knowledge of civil rights law. Chilito should probably get to know the guy. Deputy District Attorney from 1990 to 1997. That might be where they met, the happy couple. I don't know. So at least on his LinkedIn, there's no talk about him being a police officer. So okay, let's try. Let's give the autodidactic scholar benefit of the doubt and assume that I'm just an idiot. I'm not an autodidactic scholar. I did graduate from university with a couple of degrees. Also published more than one book, published several books, both alone and with others. But let's look at Robert Langford. Police officer, Nevada. Let's see who we get. Robert Langford. We have Langford, attorney for you. That would be Robert Langford, the attorney. Once again, no sign that he's a cop. Robert Langford, involved in the case, man accused of killing Las Vegas police officer found not guilty, I would assume. Hampton's attorney. So Robert Langford, let's see. What did this evil man do? Records show that Clark County District Court on Wednesday ruled Tyson Hampton was not capable of understanding the charges against him. Okay. His legal counsel and 2 doctors said. Was Langford, Hampton's attorney, declined to comment on the case to News 3. So Robert Langford does not appear to be a, quote, cop sucker, to use the vernacular of Chilito and his fans. He might be a bit of the opposite, actually. Because that's another thing Chilito doesn't seem to understand. He doesn't seem to understand separation of powers. The district attorney is separate from the judge. The district attorney is closer to the police force than he is to the judge. So a lot of the nonsense comes out of him shows a complete misunderstanding of the separation of powers that exist in the U.S. Republic and our justice system. But that's neither here nor there. So once again, no sign that this guy is or ever has been a police officer, the husband of Justice Zimmerman, or Judge Zimmerman, sorry. All right, on the record, alleged racial profiling case settled back in 2003. Let's see why that comes up in relation to Langford. Metro Police reached an undisclosed settlement with a guy who was arrested because he said he was black. Julian Reinhart, who was represented jointly by Robert Langford and the American Civil Liberties Union. This is 2003, 20 years ago. I assume this is the same Robert Langford as previously. So, my. Looks like this guy has been involved in real civil rights activities for 20 years. He's been a civil rights attorney for 20 years, a real one, unlike Mr. DeCastro, who has been a pretend social rights activist and scholar for about the same. And a person who is familiar with Nevada politics and Nevada figures agrees, yep, he is one and the same. So where does this idea come from? He's a police officer. Oh, Robert Langford, Democratic candidate for Clark County District Attorney. Yeah, real cop sucker, this one. And still no evidence of him being a police officer ever. And why is this not going back to where I wanted to go back to? Stupid ads. You know what? ACLU of Nevada, Robert Langford has him on with a biography on the ACLU website. My, what a tyrant. What an oppressor. And there he is. There's, I presume, the right Robert Langford. It has been confirmed. Nick Volt wants to come up and say hi. Okay. Hello, Nick Volt.
How are you? Hey, what's up? Thank you for having me. Oh, my God. You know, I've been out of the whole Chile drama for a while.
Yep. He finally got
So I'm going to say something positive about Chile.
Well, I'm hoping that I'm going to end up saying something positive, but go ahead.
No, his look at the last court hearing without the stupid little 90s faux hawk and the little beard look good.
Um,
That was a
well,
good
yeah,
look for him.
yeah, the beard. He should keep that goatee. He should.
Yeah, no, I thought he looked good.
Yep.
Um, I did not expect the Chili saga to end like that, but wow.
Oh, my theory is the video that I'm going to watch in a couple minutes here that uh, it's been presented as a failed apology video by one. I'm assuming that's what the commentator meant. Um, my money is on if it even approaches an apology video, it's Chili reinventing himself. I think
No,
he's going
and you
to.
know what? I think if he had spent that money on that, what was that lawyer? I forgot his last name, Oren or whatever.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he could have gotten off. Um, do I think his crime is worth what they gave him? Probably not. I mean, here in California, I mean, you can steal less than $3,000 and get a ticket. Um, but wow, I had to come out of hiding and just comment on that. Wow,
nope, I appreciate it.
that was epic. That was
But
epic.
but right now I'm researching the judge's husband, who allegedly is, according to Mr. DeCastro, is a police officer.
Yeah, and that's what didn't make any sense. I mean, if he made those video calls going, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't have done that. We need to change the system within the law. I think he would have gotten off, but
Yeah, no, he showed absolutely no sense of, well, showed no sense basically.
he's insane. He's
Yeah,
like, we all get secondhand embarrassment with Chile. He's beyond secondhand embarrassment. Like, I don't even know what he is.
yeah.
Anyway,
But yes, this is Robert Langford. This is the husband of the evil judge. In his own words, I've been a Nevada resident for 20 years. I have worked with the ACLU of Nevada as a cooperating attorney, litigating several high-profile racial profiling, inadequate prison health care, and sex offender registry cases. I believe that the work done by the ACLU is of the utmost importance for the maintenance of a free society. Oh my God, what a tyrant. This was what, 5 minutes, guys? 3 minutes? No evidence of ever being cop. All kinds of evidence of him being, as someone said, an honest attorney. I forgot. I can't. Oh yeah, here we go. They're an honest attorney who refused to speak to the media. Yeah. So anyhow, that was kind of a preliminary side. I'm sidetracking right at the very beginning of the stream here. Go me. Yeah, yeah, they should have hired him. That would have been interesting. That would have been a probably a lifetime movie or Hallmark special or something. Actually, that would make an interesting plot, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yep. All right. So, you think he would really? He would not. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Not. Yeah. He would. Yeah. But I did look up Chilito's channel. Because do you want to stay up here, Nick? Do you want me to drop you down? Do you want to comment on as I watch Chilito's video? So here, I'm assuming this is the apology video. Lessons learned. My thoughts. Deep thoughts with Mr. DeCastro. Oh, you're always welcome to stop by. Always welcome to come up and comment with whatever you want. But yeah, I am not turning this into the Chilito show. But I did have to watch this, and I figured I would watch it if other people can comment as well. And plus, it makes me watch it. It's only 10 minutes. Hopefully, we'll get through it. But lessons learned, my thoughts. Let's see what lessons Chilito has learned. And let me know if this echoes. Oh, yes. Like I said the other night, his acting makes me look like I should have stuck with acting. It's, oh my God, was that a pathetic display? Yeah, Kelly. Jeez. Oh, Carrie, I'm talking to I'm listening. I love the sound of my own voice. What can I say? Let's get on with it. Okay, fine. You came here for the Chilito show. You got the Chilito show. Let me know if it echoes.
Jose DeCastro, 23CR01315.
Mr. DeCastro was convicted. He was given 6 months in jail. I would ask the court
Oh, poor Chilito.
to consider, based upon his ties to the community, the sister here, nephew, he has a whole bunch of people who wanted to come to court.
There seems to be this assumption that this court sentenced Mr. DeCastro to 6 months. You saw his conduct in body-worn camera by the officer. And I would venture to say, and I would submit to the court, that the 6 month sentence that you imposed isn't simply for his behavior.
Your Honor, the statute we cited is, in fact, just discretionary to you to determine on appeal. But given the fact that I think he really is contrite for what he's done.
I disagree.
Yes.
So he's gonna apologize to me in a minute, but that's not what he's saying on what he's publishing online in his phone calls from the jail. That's not what he's saying at all.
No.
I could have given him 180 days on each count, ran it consecutive for a year in jail, but I didn't.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so your motion is denied. Thank you.
Thank you.
I went in front of Judge Zimmerman again, and she had already decided that I wasn't going to give my appeal bond. And
No. I don't think she decided he was going to get his appeal bond. But we will let Chili continue to live in his fantasy world. Already he's off to a bad start. Once it's again, like the sociopath that he is, it's someone else. Everyone else is to blame. This is not a good start. I was hoping that maybe at least he had come around to see how to control his impulses, but what would one sentence in and he's already off course.
And, you know, for Ms. Zimmerman, what she doesn't understand is that I really have fundamentally changed my perspective. She may not know that because she only sees what she sees on video, you know, the way I am with my bravado. But obviously after losing in Arizona, losing in Massachusetts, losing in Ohio, and now losing in Nevada, the common denominator there is me. And so when I go to court,
After losing ... the common denominator is me. Okay, maybe, you know, let's see how that continues, whether it sounds like he's really has come to that realization or not.
I have to change the way I have been, or I'm just going to continue to lose. I'll just continue to lose over and over and over again. So where Ms. Zimmerman was incorrect with that, I unfortunately I've had 2 weeks.
In case you guys don't know about, you know, if you don't run your YouTube channel and you don't set up broadcast and such, that little thing that popped up, the little information bubble that popped up, that's something that gets programmed in. That's not just a random thing. You have to specify, hey, let's plug this particular video. Yep, he seems like he really has, you know, is really contrite. Such bull.
Over and over and over again. So
See right there. Such garbage.
where Ms. Zimmerman was incorrect with that, I unfortunately I've had 2 weeks of just completely being, you know, in this position like this where I have time to think. And so I have changed, and I want to advise anybody else who ever hears me that you should not behave the way that I have done in court in 4 different states, and I've lost in 4 states. So obviously the problem is me. And so I have to change the way I am. Continuing on that idea, as I move into public life, I have to change the rhetoric that I use, because there's half the people support cops and the other half the people don't trust cops at the least.
Okay, so once again there we have another indication that there is no change, there is no rethinking of his real behavior, his... Oh, did I miss something? I have to pay attention, a little bit more attention instead of pontificating. He didn't say he's changing his behavior or personality or anything like that, or his methods. He's changing his rhetoric. Rhetoric is, oh my gosh, too damn tired. But rhetoric is just presentation. Rhetoric is not the sort of the core of whatever the idea is. The rhetoric is just how you present it and how you present yourself. It has nothing to do with actual positions or actual statements or anything like that. It's, oh my God. Saying the problem is me. Yeah, actually, you're right. I should do that. I think I will do that before this disappears. Although the other chili clips I had, well, maybe now I can, I have it here. I can clip it and download and save it. So I shall do that. Liz, you are brilliant. Ms. Zimmerman, really? He doesn't refer to her as Judge Zimmerman or just Zimmerman? Interesting. Well, he surely has changed and realized he shouldn't disrespect judges and police officers just because it's a sociopath who doesn't understand that he doesn't get to determine everything around him and everyone. He has to have some respect for other people.
The other half of the people don't trust cops at the least. So regardless, though, if I'm going to run for any kind of public office, I have to change my rhetoric. And this is where Ms. Zimmerman was completely wrong. I realize now that I have to change.
Zimmerman.
Losing in 4 states and 4 different courts, it's not, what's the common denominator? It's me. And so that means that I'm doing it wrong. And so that's what I want to teach other people. Don't do it like I did. Do it right. Do it. Show the deference and the reverence that you have to show to the court. Even if we don't agree with the system as it is, we still have to live within it. Or, as you saw, I got in front of Ms. Zimmerman, and Ms. Zimmerman formerly married a police officer. So.
Okay, no. Wait. Was formerly married or formally married? What is he trying? What? Is he? So she was married to a police officer and then divorced and married a lawyer, or is he just still spreading that bullshit?
And formally married a police officer. So obviously, as you saw, I got in front of Ms. Zimmerman, and Ms. Zimmerman formerly married a police officer. So.
Okay, so she was married to a police officer many years ago. And yeah, exactly. No, this is bullshit. There's no change here. There's no rethinking. There's no retooling. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so maybe the phrase, she formerly married a police officer. That means that she went and either went to a magistrate or went to a church and has a marriage certificate. I would imagine. But
Obviously, from her wedding, she's going to have police friends that she's had for the last 20 or 30 years. I have been openly disrespectful of the police. So obviously, if I go in front of her court and I show a horse's ass like I did, and she has the power to put me in jail, she's going to.
Okay, little chili. She said that was not why I went to jail, number one. Number two, It was the fact that you disrespected her subordinates, the people that are there to, well, not subordinates, but yeah, actually they kind of are. They're part of the court staff. They're part of her staff. And you treated them like shit. You behaved like an asshole. And that is what got her mad. Not the fact that you are a pissant that constantly runs out there and annoys people to annoy them. You did it in her court with her people. You disrespected them. You disrespected her. Period. I would think as a guy that is an expert in prison gangs and the Colombian drug trade, that you would understand how that there are prices to pay when you disrespect. Well, especially you call cops gangs, right? The cops are a gang. You should understand these things, Chilito. Unrelated cop that has the same name. Yeah, probably. Although I couldn't even find the guy. I have to go back and try again.
It makes perfect sense to me. It's not personal. I put myself in a bad position. She has all the power and I have none, and she exercised her power. So I made the mistake. It's my mistake. Now, do I feel like it's fair? Of course I don't. There was people who've been released from jail here who have committed felonies, who have committed crimes, who have actually stolen or robbed or hurt another person, and they have less time than I do. But if you put a camera up the state's ass, they don't like it. They don't want to be filmed.
The camera was not the issue. The camera has never been the issue with all of these assholes. It's how they insert themselves into the situation. It's how, oh my God. What's funny is that all the former spouses of officers I know don't like them afterwards. Well, yeah, yeah, they either last or they don't. Chilito doesn't respect anyone. Again, he is above everyone. He's better than everyone. He doesn't understand why us little dunce caps don't recognize that fact. But he does seem to have a particular problem with women who don't kneel before him, even more so than men who don't kneel before him. Again, he's too dumb to curb his sociopathic impulses. Plus, he was never taught coping skills as a kid. So all of that leads to this. That's my analysis of him. In fact, that's been the analysis of, I think I mentioned this before, a couple of psychologists and psychiatrist friends of mine. Because like I've always said before, most of the time when I'm at social events and hanging out with my friends and people, I am the least educated person in the room. So, yeah.
And they don't like my rhetoric. They don't like the way I talk about police, and they don't like the way I teach people. And so some of those things do have to change. It's not necessarily going to change that I appreciate an authoritative system where the only solution for any sort of disagreement with government is that you go.
I'm going to stop again. Should I wind back and let you guys hear Chilito without my constant interruptions? Do you actually want to sit through his entire speech? Because he doesn't want a totalitarian system. Go to his stupid website, look up his platform, political platform, his party platform, or manifesto. I don't know what else to call it. And right there, he is describing a totalitarian society. He's describing a totalitarian society that he considers to be utopian. He is... Yes. Pretty much all of my friends have master's degrees and PhDs and educated out the wazoo. It's if that you're referring to me saying I'm the least educated in the room. But he certainly, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm too busy ranting because part of me is very disappointed in what I'm watching unfold here because
go to jail. And there was, there was just cages and cages of men going to court today. Obviously, I can't give any of the layout here. And the guards here, I'll tell you the initial of a guard. The initial L, that's all I'm going to say. He came to me and said to me, listen, they have a very strict, rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols here. So I don't have to fear for my life because there's always going to be more than 2 or 3 guards at one time. And
he doesn't have to fear for his life because there's always going to be 2 or 3 guards at one time. What the hell does that mean?
That if I just follow the rules as the rules are laid out, then I will be just fine, and I will do 4 up to 6 months, and I should be out in July at the latest August. So the guards have been fair to me. I haven't seen the guards abuse anybody. I haven't seen them be overtly cruel to anybody. It's a very protocol.
Gosh, he hasn't seen them be overly cruel to anybody? Holy crap. So they're not sociopaths like Chilito? It's not the dungeon that he envisions? Oh my God. Wait, how did he not realize this when he did his long stint in jail before where he joined a gang? For God's sakes, does he even remember his own stories from one minute to the next? Let's see. Nick Volt says, a very small part of me feels bad for Chili. I think I might have empathy. Actually, no. I am kind of in your court on that, Nick. If he wasn't such a flaming hypocrite. But it goes back to he's a sociopath and he's dumb. So he takes everything as a personal affront. If you don't agree with him, you're his enemy. If you dare mock him, you must be destroyed because he is the most powerful force in the universe. Because he told you that. And he is Chili. So you must believe what Chili tells you. And I would feel sorry for him if not for for his absolute hatred of something that I consider very important, which is just the free and open exchange of ideas. You can say anything as dumb or as offensive as you want, because the more people out there saying things and putting themselves out there, the more ideas are around, the more other ideas get shaped, and the better everybody is off. The better off everybody is. Wording is hard. What can I say? And Liz says some of us got degrees and expanded upon those without actually working knowledge outside of the memorized literature. Yeah. Nick, karma follows him around. Yes. Karma follows him around like her bitch. Chili's cruelty is off the rails. Yeah, that is actually another reason why that it's hard to feel any sympathy for him. I'll refer back to Sovereign Soul's prank, where he made it look like Ironton Auditor got arrested by the cops, and Chilito was on his live stream laughing and celebrating about it. Total asshole move. Let's see, but at the same time, I'm sure he is scared out of his mind in jail. Well, maybe, except he's realized he's now that he's actually truly in jail, not just in and out booking and fantasizing about it. He's realizing that it is not like the movies that he's seen. Even though he, again, based on what I see, I haven't been to this particular facility, don't know what it's like, but his descriptions of things just don't add up. What he's saying here, that, oh, wait, the guards aren't beating on the prisoners constantly. The guards aren't putting the prisoners, making them stand in their heads in the showers and beating them constantly. What? They're not Nazis? What? He's seeing reality. Whether it'll make an impression, I doubt. I think he'll be stuck with. I think he will snap back to his fantasy world once he gets out of there. Yes, and Nick, you think you're joking, but when I said he's reinventing himself, I suspect that is where things are heading, especially with what we're seeing here. Not according to his tall tales and his other fantasies. He spent 2 days in jail and joined a gang. Oh, he will never be Nelson Mandela, but he will pretend that he is, and he will claim that he is.
System here. So I have nothing negative to say about any of the guards here. None of them have treated me. I mean, I don't agree that I should have been thrown in a hole for making a third-party call when I did not make a third-party call. But
this is a third-party call. Here's Chili leaving a message or speaking to somebody, and then now it's on YouTube and I'm watching it.
at the same time, when in Rome, dance like the Romans, or you're gonna get cooked. So while I don't agree with the ruling on the meeting that I had.
What? When in Rome, dance like the Romans, or you're going to get cooked? What?
With the ruling on the meeting that I had, I have 2 more days left in the hole, and tomorrow I will get no phone call out. But at the same time, when in Rome, dance like the Romans, or you're gonna get cooked. So.
Okay, I'm the first one to admit that I wasn't raised in the States. Lived in several countries where English was not the primary language. But is that a saying? When in Rome, dance like the Romans, or you're going to get cooked? Yeah, and they were into the whole trance thing probably too. Trance both with the C and an S. Oh my God. When in Rome, dance like the Romans, or you're going to get cooked. I'm gonna have to remember that one. That's gonna go on a Chili thumbnail at some point, or a meme or something. Dance like the Romans, or you're going to get cooked. Oh well, or maybe I'll do since I have the little YouTube store, maybe I'll do it on a mouse pad or something. And he will really have a reason to sue me because I'm stealing his brilliant saying. Oh yeah, it's a convolution of an old Indian adage. Well, yeah, I mean, when in Rome, do like the Romans. That one I'm familiar with. And to get cooked, that's to be to be screwed or be in trouble. But when in Rome, dance like the Romans. I think there's an Indian something about dancing like people, I suppose. I don't know. I really don't know. But oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, the genius that is your favorite constitutional law scholar, Jose Maria DeCastro.
While I don't agree with the ruling on the meeting that I had, I have 2 more days left in the hole, and tomorrow I will get no phone call out. None. I'll be locked in a room tomorrow from tonight when I get off this phone until Wednesday, when hopefully I get to go back to a regular setting where I can continue to read. So I would like to say.
Okay. he can continue to read. I thought on the very first day he was in there, he was crying about how I don't have any, and they give me nothing to read. They give me nothing to do. I just sit here on my bunk. I do nothing. But now he's reading? How did he get books when they weren't giving him anything to read before? Again, he can't keep track of his tales from one day to the next. It's really sad. If you're going to lie, at least think through the stories and the lies in your head before you put them out there. That way you can remember them a little easier. One part is a part of a cloud we're nourished with water, and one part earth. Oh, okay. And it was Kelly, not Carrie. Why am I confusing you two tonight? Do I do that every night? Can I never keep you guys straight? If so, you have my apologies.
Thank you to the guards who have been kind to me. There have been, and they do watch and listen to my channel. There's a lot of guards in here who watch my channel. And thank you for not being overtly cruel to me. And some of them have changed my perception on jail guards. They just have not gone out of their way to be cruel at all. And I haven't seen any of that. I've seen people who, if you're not quiet or you don't fall in line, then they come down pretty hard on you. And there's some things I don't agree with, but I don't think that now is the time to voice those concerns. I think that there'll be a time when I come out of here that if I live through this, and I hope that I do, then I'll be able to write a book and I'll be able to tell the differences and things that I see. But right now, I'm just going to try to get along. So the next two phases are, we are appealing to the Nevada State Supreme Court because of the constitutional issues that there is no 21-foot rule, and that the judge had some definite anger towards me because of the way that I performed in court.
Okay. Who invoked the 20-foot rule? Even on Chilito's own channel, when they try to present that, oh, the cop told me to get back and I got back, he took 2 steps. That's not stepping away. That's not getting away from the scene. That is just being an asshole. And then when he said, go back to your cruiser, little doggy, he keeps bringing up things that have nothing to do with this case or the situation, and it just pisses me off. And I'm sorry for not letting you guys get Chili uninterrupted. Hey, Liz, you're here to calm me down, tell me to shut up?
Hey, Steve. No, the 20-foot rule, there's no written rule. This is what people keep screwing up. It is literally at the officer's discretion. There is no set guideline for that. It's circumstances. It's like, it is not a rule. The officer gets to decide how far he wants you from your scene, depending upon what is going on and what is around them.
And even stepping back two paces is not
no
putting a distance between you and the scene. That is just that. Oh my gosh, I hadn't realized that until it was in the court, and then it got repeated by somebody mentioned him earlier. The guy that is kind of the guy Chilito did the jailhouse phone call to.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal. Thank you. Yes, that guy. I'd never seen him before, heard of him before, but I guess in this little corner of YouTube, I guess he is a known figure. I don't know.
I didn't know who he was until all this started. So.
Oh, let's see. One of my friends growing up was a Kelly, and our names always got mixed up. Yeah, Carrie and Kelly. Okay, that was Carrie saying that, not Kelly. And you're both like kind of yellowish or orange and yellow, so that throws me off too. You're making my color blindness feel even stronger. See, that was good trying, wasn't it?
Kelly, it can be in the manual, it can be in the training. That is just a judgment call, and that is not a law. So Supreme Court has come down on the side of it is officer discretion. So until a ruling can be had from one of the states that can get past the Supremes to change that, to an actual effective footage rule, then nothing's going to happen with that. It'll stay officer discretion.
So Chili's defense here that there is no 21-foot rule. That's he's actually right for once. Someone else wants to come up. Who is this? I see a Lego guy, but Nick is back. I'll put Nick up here too. Everybody coming up. Everybody. It's a party.
I honestly feel bad. Like I don't enjoy taking joy in Chili's thing. I started watching that show 60 Days In. It's like, wow, that place is hell. But at the same time, I feel guilty about enjoying this. Like, I'm honest about this. I'm really conflicted. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Is this a new phone call?
yeah. This was apparently just yesterday or today. This is him after him crashing down in flames in court. And it's mind-blowing to me that on one hand he says, oh yeah, the common denominator of my failures is me, and then he turned right around and talked about how the attorney failed him. No, he didn't.
The one which all the people gave him money for.
Yeah. Oh no, this was one he hired, I think, before. Me is the guy.
This is a new guy. This is not me.
Oh yeah. This is. I think you mentioned his name earlier. Omar.
Honestly, I think if you hired this guy before, because even the prosecution said just probation, and I would have loved for him to have to take a class, but
that's the one thing that I've said also that is a downside to the judge, following her discretion and imposing a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, I think having some sort of class that could teach him some impulse control would be great, but I think it's too late for him to absorb that kind of information and adjust his behavior. That has to be done. Armchair psychologist here. As far as I know, that has to be done, in the teenage years or perhaps even earlier, when if you recognize it that early, this personality flaw. But maybe, well, it's also he's dumb. He's not smart enough to adjust his behavior, is my opinion. But then I have very, very, very deep contempt for this guy. So for reasons I mentioned earlier.
I don't know. I mean, he provides hours of entertainment. Like, me and my wife have been enjoying this. It's like, I almost want to give him money because it's like, yeah, you're providing a service. I mean, this is fracking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But then I feel bad for enjoying his suffering because, I mean, jail sucks.
Yeah.
It really does suck. And, I mean, jail is worse than prison. But at the same time, there are people there, like, if he legitimately really cared about injustice, there are people there who haven't been proven guilty, just sitting there waiting for trial and having to go through all of this. And he goes in there, is like, oh, I'm so sad. Oh.
Yeah. Well, once again, it's all about him. It's not really about Roy or Ray or Nick or whoever that guy was.
Free Roy.
It's Roy. Yeah. I guess Nick was another. We were trying to figure that out last night and came to the conclusion that Nick was it Nick?
Yes.
There was the first there was one guy, and then it became Roy, and probably got moved to different cells. What happened?
He begged to be transferred.
I know for a fact. I have a good friend who has been in the Las Vegas jail system. Chili thinks he's like Nelson Mandela. It's like, dude, that's a minimum security place. Apparently, if you heard, he got put in the hole with like 3 other people because solitary confinement is with 3 other people.
Yeah.
And did you know in solitary confinement you can like live stream
Well, that's the thing that confuses
I mean,
me.
he's so ridiculous. I think what he's afraid of is if he actually goes away 6 months from now, nobody's gonna know who he is.
Yeah.
The internet's fickle.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna.
Anyway, sorry, I haven't heard this phone call.
Okay. Well, let's hear some more because I keep interrupting because I keep going grr. But so, yeah.
Work. And I've done it in 3 different states. So obviously I kept effing up. And so I'm going to change the way I do it. And I'm also always going to hire the absolute top rated best attorney in any place I ever go again. So that's what I'm going to do. And that was my mistake as well. The second part of that is that we're going to file a petition for a writ of habeas corpus to be released from jail for ineffective counsel.
Okay.
Did you just say habeas corpus?
Yep.
Oh my god.
And he's habeas corpus plus ineffective counsel.
Twice ineffective counsel now.
Again, I think me probably would have done better if Chilito had come to his office like he was supposed to, and they did their pre-trial strategizing, wording is hard, strategizing, but he didn't. He instead came to the courthouse and sat in the courtroom and made an ass of himself, while me was sitting in his office going, where the hell is my client? We need to talk. And me showed up late because he was waiting for Chili in his office. So ineffective counsel.
Who the hell hires standby counsel? Like, that doesn't even make any sense.
No, it and that's not the way it started out. Our Nevada judges had like a 30-second little clip of me going in, asking for an adjournment because Chilito had to travel or something, and putting himself on record as as his attorney. No mention of Chili being self-representing until this hearing right here.
It didn't make any sense. And kudos to both lawyers. It's no matter what you think about the defendant, you have a right to counsel, and they were doing their job.
Yep.
But wow. Wow, man.
Yep. I think this new guy, he read the room because Chilito was going to go give an apology. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen
it. It seemed like it.
Yeah,
he did a good job of that acting.
Yeah. But the attorney read the room and sort of said, "No, you know what? He's not gonna address you today, Your Honor."
Yeah, smart attorney, because I know his first attorney, from what I've researched about him, he does a flat fee thing. And, here in SoCal, we got a bunch of flat fee attorneys. You give them money, they're just going to do their job. But this attorney knew. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to have my client speak because...
Yeah. He's at least you hear from him, the better off we are, especially he's back there mugging it.
But that's what doesn't make any sense. I mean, he raised all that money for this attorney. I firmly believe he had this attorney for the trial. He just kept his mouth shut. He probably would have just gotten probation and had to take a couple of classes.
Yeah. But the arrogance got him, I think. There was that, he had
hubris.
Hubris, yeah. He had the appearance in front of that other judge where he was basically told her, and that's the May 1st trial that'll be coming up.
Yep.
He told that other judge that I'm going to beat the charges. I had this other thing, and yeah, he was so full of himself that he figured he'd go in there and just run the show like he always tries to do.
I thought he was going to be better than the attorney, going like, "Oh, if you only let me speak," and wow. I mean, honestly, with Chili, I said this when Chili first came on the scene. A lot of people throw the word narcissism around. But it wasn't until I saw Chili that I was like, wow, that's what narcissism is. Like, this guy is just so far gone. And I think, honestly, he needs help. That's why I thought that it might have been a good thing, instead of giving him jail time, to actually have him to go to these classes.
Yeah, maybe. Again,
Which, ironically, you remember his like 360 cam thing, and he goes, one of the remedies was, oh, you have to go to these classes. Like, it's his idea,
yeah,
but no, I threw him in the dungeon.
yep. All right, there's a couple more minutes to go here. Let's see how he is now going to throw me under the bus, it sounds like. Not me, but me. I'm going to make that joke forever now, just so you guys know.
Because Michael Mee did not submit a First Amendment brief, did not submit any motions to dismiss the case, that he didn't do any video analysis of the police video, and that he didn't submit my only evidence, my video, into evidence. He didn't submit the only evidence I had into evidence. And so then he called me to the stand, and we did no witness preparation. And so...
Sorry, Stockton. Why was there no witness preparation? Oh, gee whiz, because the lawyer was sitting at his office waiting for Chili to show up to do witness preparation. Oh, my God. And, yep, Mike Mee was the lawyer he chose. And he was singing his praises. And we went and looked him up one night on this channel, looked up Mee's website, and we tried to find their offices using Google Maps, which was hilarious. But, yeah, Nick, he has to believe he needs help to get anything out of the class. Yeah, and that's why I don't think we'll get anything out of it. Because I think he's one step beyond a narcissist, as I've said before.
I think the anger management would have been a great class for him. That impulse control would have been better than most things.
Yeah. It would have been, if he would pay attention, if he would have used tools, but we'll never know. Well, or maybe. I mean, there's May 1st.
May 1st.
Yeah.
And in some ways, it would have been actually funny for Chili to get probation instead of jail time. He wouldn't have been able to abide by the terms of that probation.
But he would have just fled and not come back to Vegas until they kicked it 10 years down the road.
He's been in Vegas since 1999. That's what his lawyer said.
That's what he claims.
Yeah.
That's what he claims, but that's not truthful. I mean, I literally can prove it with court documents that he himself has submitted. So he's a liar.
Yep. Yeah, the lawyer actually made it very clear that he had done next to no research.
Yeah. No, and that's why this was a good lawyer. He qualified that, well, based on my information, I don't think he's ever done any of this stuff.
Yeah. Based on what my client told me and what I know. Yeah. Yeah. It's sort of.
So that would, as far as I'm concerned, it was ineffective counsel. I like Michael Mee as a person. I think he's a wonderful human being. I think in this particular case, he was ineffective. So even as you can see, because I know that the judge told me today in the court she watches my videos. So as you can see, even now, if Ms. Zimmerman is ever to hear this,
she watches your video.
She did not watch that video. That is a report.
I don't know. I mean,
jail.
You threatened the judge. You threatened her family.
Nope. They are in appeals. There is no way this judge is watching any of his content, period. Because that way she goes into appeals with her nose clean. That is reports from the jails coming to her desk.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. All right.
I've changed the way I even speak because I have to adjust my rhetoric if I'm going to survive in a system that wants to put you in jail if you put yourself in a position to be put in jail. And I perform this way in 4 states. And so now at this point while I'm in jail, we have to take a look at my conduct and say, maybe it's you, bro. Maybe it's you. And so I have to change. I have to change ever so slightly here. I have to change the way I behave. And so I will. And then as far as the auditing game, now that I have been arrested,
I have to change ever so slightly, quote unquote. Oh, it's a lot more than slightly.
in jail, and I understand just going through the court process with the cop, I have learned how to audit in a way now that will make it so that I can teach an auditing class, because now I know the red flags that will come up in court. And when I get out of here, I will teach that class. I have mapped out constitutional law scholar on paper here in military confinement, and so I'm going to send that off to people, and I'm going to try to start getting that game put together. I had all the time in the world, so I did it. I just sat there and folded pieces of paper and made squares, because that's all I have. All I have is squares of paper, so I'm going to mail those off. And I do appreciate all the support. And then California.
Yep, again, he doesn't seem to even retain his own boasts and his own lies, because Nick is correct. He did state that he is the greatest auditor to ever audit the history of auditing audits and whatever stuff. Yeah. Oh my God. So pathetic.
It's the California people of the state of California people of the state of that person, whoever that is, California people of the state of. Thank you. I'm looking at least another week or two in here if the appeal to the Nevada State Court is heard.
Okay, I think
Did you catch that? Did I catch that? What was that? What is he talking about? The state of California, state of. Is he reading chat somewhere?
The people of California. Maybe it was a screen name of somebody. Yeah, he must. Yeah.
But how is he watching that?
Well, I know that in one of the jails in my area, they're implementing giving inmates tablets to look at.
Yeah, but it's blocked. YouTube, they block all the YouTube channels. It's restricted to only certain sites that they can look at.
And it's mostly, if I'm understanding correctly, it's for video visiting and things like that. But how would donor? Oh, it's a donor. I was just confused by the whole thank you, people of California of people, whatever. That's what was baffling me.
Of the state of. Thank you. I'm looking at least another week or two in here if the appeal to the Nevada State Supreme Court is heard, and then I'm looking at a week or two for the writ of habeas corpus. So I'm looking at at least 1 to 3 more weeks in here.
Estimates I've seen is that why people thought he'd be getting out on this appeal bond is because this appeal will be out in late June or July or some such thing. Right? That's who was that? Was that Artie's Corporate Fiction that was saying that, I think?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I think Darcy too. They thought that he might get. Yeah.
Yeah,
because no. Well, he'll be August.
He still thinks it's going to be next week. Well, I guess that gives him hope, so we can feel good about that. He's not miserable. That he has that glimmer of hope to hang on to. That's always good. And yeah, there's Kelly. July 10 is the appeal. Yeah. That's.
Welcome back, Carrie.
Oh, Carrie's back. Carrie left. I missed that Carrie left. Welcome back, Carrie. Welcome back.
If both of those get filed in a timely manner. So I'm looking at being in here through the month of April until the middle or end of April at the very earliest. And at the latest, it's August, but likely.
So end of April is 3 weeks, not a week or two.
End of July, and that will serve my entire sentence. So that's where I'm at.
Oh my God. All right, let's not look at that. That's too terrible to contemplate. But look what I found. Here's something else. It took me no time at all. And I think you found this already, Liz, the other night. Or somebody was quoting the handbook. This is the inmate handbook. It's online as a PDF.
Yeah, it was posted on PDocs.
So probably they get handed hard copies of this, I would assume.
I do believe it states there. Is that the?
Every
No, that's Clark Washington. You're looking at Clark Washington's.
I'm looking at the wrong Clark.
You're looking at the wrong Clark.
Isn't
Let
it
me
Clark?
find.
Is it Henderson County or Clark County that Las
No,
Vegas?
it's Clark County.
Clark County.
It's Clark County.
Oh, you're right.
It says Washington right at the top.
Yes, it does, and of course it does. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop talking before I start doxing.
I will find you the actual.
I looked up the wrong. Because here's Clark County. That's what. Oh yeah, but naturally that would pull up when I went looking for it.
Yeah, give me a second. This one.
I'm Smurt. SMURT.
Let's see. That's from the public docs.
You know how I said I was the least educated person in the room? I'm the least educated person on this stream.
And for anybody else who wants to see it, you can visit PDocs and get it as well.
There we go. Inmate handbook. Clark County Detention Center. This is the right Clark County, or the correct Clark County. I wish the one I'd found would have had a title page like this. I'd have recognized my error. Let's see. But yes, every facility I'm familiar with, you walk in after you're done with the intake and you're going to be put in housing. You get blankets, you get a cup and a bowl, and you get the inmate handbook. Again, I've never been to Nevada. I have no idea how they do it in Nevada, but know a little bit about Utah, know a little bit about Washington State. And a couple of different only a couple of counties in Washington State, and only one county in Utah.
It literally says right there, this handbook is the property of CCDC. You can request a handbook from the housing unit officer or view it on the inmate kiosk during free time.
Yeah.
So anytime he went to go make a phone call, there would have been
the key phrase here: if you lose the handbook, notify the housing officer immediately. So, okay, this is like the places I have some knowledge of where you get the handbook as you walk in. God, I'm like talking like I've done hard time. No, I have not. I have had some association with jails, but not tobacco-free facility. Inmate security advisement, security counts inspections. Actually, they had hyperlinked table content, didn't they? Because now, let's see, sanitation and hygiene, inmate activities, inmate rights and privileges. You have the right to humane treatment. See, all of this is also something that is pretty standard. That's why Chili with his blather about dungeons. You have a right to proper health care, including nutritious meals, clean bedding and clothing, the opportunity for regular showers, proper ventilation, regular exercise, toiletries, and medical and dental treatment. This bit with clean bedding and clothing, I think Liz is one that said that the other night, that at least once a week, that all gets replaced. Typically, yep. Yeah. Again, that's my experience. That's why they have their own laundry facility. At least, again, bigger facility. Bigger. I don't know the size of this place, but I get the impression that it's big. Yes. No.
I think it houses over 6,000 people.
Oh, then it definitely
double check.
Then it definitely has laundry facilities.
Yeah, I'll double check.
You have a right to request resolution of grievances. Oh, they have an actual software that you do that through rather than the good old-fashioned paper kites. You have a right to be informed of the rules, regulations, procedures, and schedules that directly affect you during your incarceration, and any necessary accommodations to understand them. If you require accommodations, ask a staff member for assistance. See, all of this reflects negative or uncooperative behavior may result in loss of privileges. I'm looking for the privileges. Medical. So yeah, they give him potentially nominal charges for healthcare commissary. Yeah, here we go. When inmates fraudulently obtains or steals commissary, they will be infracted. Okay, this is also pretty standard, but he hasn't really complained about that other than his peanut butter the other day. Veterans Affairs, acceptable form of payments for bailing out, legal supplies. Okay, well, nothing here is surprising, but it puts a lie to Chili's, some of his tales at least. Anyhow, that was the worst apology video ever. I think we can agree on that. That was not enough. So it was false advertising over in the I've been blocked by Chilito DeCastro group. So that's really all I have for this stream. I just wanted to watch that, and God, did I rant a lot during it.
I will, by the time you go next time, I will have a housing number for you. I don't know. There was a report I read today, and I'm not finding it.
Okay, Nick, sorry that I missed you saying goodbye, but I have a bad habit of not switching back to the chat once I go to the look at links and stuff. So I sorry. I'm glad you stopped by, Nick. You're welcome anytime. Please say hi. And thank you for your input too. I really appreciate it. And yep, Cap, that's exactly it. I can think of at least 2 facilities where they talk to you as you're being booked in. They have a screener that comes talks to you, and as you're sitting in the little holding cells, there is a video that goes over all of these things, all of the procedures, all of the rules, the very pertinent ones that you don't mess these up or you will be in trouble kind of rules. I don't know. Again, this facility, I'm not familiar with it, but I'm imagining or I assume they have a similar kind of setup. With a little not quite promotional video, but a video that goes over all of the important stuff that the newbie must know. Another part which has costs. Chile is paying 16 cents a minute for the calls. Well, that in the inmate handbook they talk about that. Okay. Again, most you may collect calls as well, I suppose. Again, still not familiar with. That's an option. Collect calls, or you. Inmate rules, grievances. We expect you to follow all rules, follow staff directives and requests. Maintain your assigned bunk. Respect detention center property. Maintain daily personal hygiene standards. All right. Many of them do not do that. Contraband. Housing unit rules. This is what you're looking at, Cap? Maybe? Night lighted windows must be covered at all times. Uncovered. Sorry, not covered. Yeah. Except inmates on lockdown and commissary items. No food, commissary items. Extra food, juice, coffee will not be given away by the housing unit officer. Yeah. You must be fully dressed. Nothing is shocking here. Pants will be of the correct size. No baggy or sagging fashions are acceptable. Legs will not be pegged or rolled up because, gang messaging right there. Only one shirt, pants, and underwear will be worn at a time. Socks will be worn as socks only and worn with footwear. Well, don't put the socks on your ears. Don't make gloves out of them. Yeah, phone calls are in separate documents. Okay. Orthopedic shoes approved by medical staff. When issued, nightgowns. When issued, nightgowns and probably pajamas is missing here. May be worn when outside of cell or on bunks. Nightgowns will not be worn under inmate clothing during in the day room. No broom straws, pieces of comb, string, or other foreign objects will be worn as jewelry of any type. No yelling or throwing items. I'm doing this. I'm looking for the answer as to why it is that he's on restriction supposedly, and yet he's still making all these phone calls and getting online apparently. Oh, here we go. Male inmates, shoes, socks, 4 pairs, boxers, 4 pairs, pants, 2, shirt, 2. So, in other words, he has not been wearing the same clothes for 10 days like he claimed. Because he was issued 4 pairs of socks, 4 pairs of underwear, 2 pants, and 2 shirts. So I think we found another lie. Personal items. These are shall be issued. 1 cup, 1 bowl, 1 eating utensil. He gets to order commissary. If he has the money on his books, I assume. And personal letters, so he can have personal letters in his cell. But does he get papers or anything? Flexible ink pens. Oh, this is interesting. Not all facilities let you have pens. You can have up to 5 writing tablets. And 1 package of colored pencils. Again, not all facilities will let you have this. So they seem like they're nicer than some. Which link to Ficaro's? Oh, yeah, Ficaro for governor. Oh, did you send him an email, Ficaro, with an attachment or something? Was that you? Because I saw it and was going to look at it, and then I forgot all about it until this very moment. I remembered it. If that was you, I haven't watched whatever it is yet, and I do apologize if that was you, because as I've said repeatedly the last few days, it's been just a crazy few weeks that I'm hoping are finally going to be slowing down. And this has gone on longer than I should, just because, again, I love hearing myself talk, and I like hanging out with you guys, and this motivates me to look at these things. Restrictive housing unit issues. Okay, so he's supposedly on restrictive housing. I don't know what it means at that facility. So general issue items are subject to medical status and behavior, yeah. They'll be allowed to retain their issued clothing, which are 2 shirts, 2 pants, 4 pairs of underwear, 4 pairs of socks. So there's no reason why Chilito hasn't been changing his clothes. And he gets 1 blanket and 1 towel issued for showering only and retrieved when the shower is over. Yeah. All right. So again, looking at this now, and his story makes even less sense. Oh, Kelly posted the populations. Of course, I was too busy. Yes, he can have up to 12, colored pencils, not crayons. So he's not eating any crayons. He can only have colored pencils, 1 package of 12 pencils, colored pencils, so he can color. And supposedly now he's finally designed constitutional law scholar. I'm completely interested. Oh, to me, this is a funny story. I used to be a full-time game designer. I haven't done much of it in recent. I've done much of anything in recent weeks other than do work stuff. But I was talking to a real estate agent today, and they were going over my history and my job and sidelines and things. And I said, "Oh yeah, I have this ongoing sideline. I write and I design games once in a while." And it turns out this guy is also a game designer who is doing a board game, and he is finishing the rules, and he is printing the little pieces for playtesting on his 3D printer. So yeah, everyone's game designers apparently. So yeah, hopefully, I said, hey, I'll look at your rules and give you some feedback. Hopefully he will send them to me and we can follow through. Tell him you're busy. Sit him down. Tell him that you're talking to a dunce cap, and that it's very important that they not bother you. And tell them to let you have your dogs. Jeez. All right, let me see what Kelly was posting that I missed while I was busy listening to myself talk. Okay, here we go. Clark County Jail. Every day, on average, 158 people are booked into the Clark County Detention Center. The number has totaled more than 57,000. So
That's bookings.
So in and out, yeah, that's bookings. Many in the jail for an average of 18 days. Wow, okay, that's a busy facility. Anyhow,
I was looking for the dang daily population. I just read a report earlier. And I want to say it was like 6,000 people housed in the facility.
That is one hell of a.
Yeah. It's a big tall building. It's a big building.
The amusing thing about this is Chilito was hanging around outside the place doing an audit, quote unquote, and going on about how people are being tortured inside and whatever else. It was when he was doing the his thing with Floyd. He was also, or maybe that was Floyd that was outside the jail. One of them were outside the jail doing a stream of some sort. And it was a very tall building. But the large county jail in where I live is also, it's 10 stories. So, and I think right now, I think it's only equipped for, I want to say 1,600, but you could house up to 2,300 if they have all the wings working and not using part of it as a homeless shelter. Let's see. Clark County Jail. See if I get the right Clark County this time. Clark County Jail, Las Vegas. Inmate population. You probably did this already, Liz, but
doesn't mean that you actually won't find it.
Oh, I'll find it for the wrong Clark County. That's how many people are in the Clark County Detention Center? It's all right. They give us the same statistics that Kelly already gave us. That's not the answer to the question.
It was really tucked in somewhere. So that's why it was like it was a report that I saw just produced from Clark County.
KLAS TV Now. A look inside the Clark County Detention Center. So this guy's going to no-knock raid Chilito next. The assistant sheriff. Because that's what they do. command staff goes on no-knock raids of no-name people, especially out of jails. And yeah, I'm just being facetious now. There's a doctor here. There's a psychologist here. Yeah, sometimes jail is the best place for some people, at least temporarily. All right, doesn't give me any numbers though, other than that 57,000, which I don't care about. Well, darn it. We will never know. Google Clark County inmate housing population. Okay, let's try that. Clark County inmate housing population. 2023. Let's do very specific. Population forecasts. How many homes are in?
That's why I keep running into a little.
Let's see. Clark County Detention Center. Housing options, study, and action plan. Okay, going to jail. How is that as far as a housing plan? Probably not the best. Clark County Jail to focus on inmate population. Here we go. The reflector.
You're not wearing your headphones, are you?
Me? Oh, you're getting echoes?
Every once in a while.
Damn it.
I think it's maybe one of the sites you keep pulling up.
Oh, okay. Well, I would dig them out, but it
No,
takes
just
longer than I should be on.
Just go to your settings and turn the echo cancellation on.
What are these things you call settings? I do not
Bottom of StreamYard, where your mute button is. Not everybody knows, so now they'll know.
Oh, I've been down this road before, and I promptly forgot.
Sorry.
Now, of course, I'm not seeing it. But yeah, they gave me a warning about. Oh no, it's because I'm doing screen share instead of tab square. That's what's going on. So let me stop screen share. Stop sharing, and that should stop echoing. And we'll do tab share instead.
Is that better? Do we still have an echo?
Oh, people have been saying there's an echo?
No, I could hear it.
Oh, you could
I
hear
can
it.
hear. Yeah, if I can hear it, that means they'll be able to hear it.
Oh, yeah, possibly. Clark County Jail isn't currently at capacity. Okay.
Yeah, that was from 2002, I think.
So during COVID, it's kind of like the jails around here. They dial the population way back. Here they said, let's see, jail can't house more than. Oh no, but this Clark County Jail is different than Clark County
Detention facility.
Detention, I would imagine. Yeah. Look at all these naked women that are showing up. I'm a lonely, lonely man, obviously.
Hi, Kit Kat. Mama. You're so cute.
That's now she's doing it too. She's gotten a lot better lately, a lot friendlier. But yeah, she's crying. She wants me to give her her nightly wet food because it's time for that. About the time I usually go to bed. I hear you, Zoe. I know.
Zoe. Eat now? That's what it sounds like she said. Eat now?
That's exactly what she's saying. I should probably heed my master's voice. Also because it's late and I'm tired. And I don't usually do 2 nights in a row. So thank you guys for all coming out 2 nights in a row. Kelly didn't hear it. Cap says try capacity. But yes, I really should obey my master's voice. This is the cat that, like I said, she didn't like to be petted, but she's gotten a lot better. She's not big.
Zoe.
I still can't pick her up. She will try to murder me if I pick her up. So that might be a good end of the evening. Me fighting with a cat. Ah, no,
Oh no.
it's not.
Zoe, you're so loved.
Yep. Yeah. She actually I think I mentioned this before. When I first got them, they purred very quietly or didn't purr at all. Her brother is now back. He's now actually purring loudly. So they are getting more socialized and getting better. Hi, I'm feeding more of Coded Friends and his followers' bestiality fantasies. But hi, guys.
Speaking of that, did you get an email from me?
Oh, yes, I did.
It has a timestamp.
Yes, I looked at it, but it's like I said, the last 3 days have been lots of just running around, um, and when I got home tonight, I already committed to this stream, so I didn't. But I saw your email. I need to go see Coded Friend's face, and maybe
It's like 2 or 3 seconds.
that's why we couldn't find it. Okay, so Surrender
Mhm.
Monkey was not lying to us or not hallucinating. It actually happened. Oh, and I actually, when I saw the link, and again, I spaced this because brain tired, but I was going to thank you for your service, Liz, that you went through Coded Friend.
I literally, when I was closing the tab, clicked on like 2 more spots, and I actually paid attention when the Van Morrison song was on. And I had it at 2 times speed, and it flipped just right to where I caught it so I could actually timestamp it. It was just like one little shot before I closed this tab all the way out. And it
Okay.
just happened to fall just right. I was like, yes, Steve's gonna love it.
Yes. Yeah, and next time I'm on, we shall look at it because it must be seen, it must be shared. But the long goodbye is going to end now. Thank you, Liz, again for coming up and
Thanks for having me up, Steve.
making this more orderly. And Nick, if you're watching this on your iPad, thank you as well. And thanks everybody for coming out in the side chat. If you're lurking and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, hit like, hit dislike. If you're watching this on the replay, Chili, and you're going to copyright strike me, oh well, I'm sad.
It'll be months from now.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
night,
my
everyone.
God.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Bro, I will have to go look at that video. I have to put some links up to your site. I meant to do it and just totally spaced it because bad couple of weeks, bad month actually. But I will see you guys next time. And thanks again, Liz. And everybody for coming out. And I will find that email, that the attachment someone sent me that I need to look at to see what the heck that was too. And good night all. And thanks again. Like, subscribe.